Hello guys! So good news, naglabas na ang PRC ng Table of Specification for the subjects sa mga magte-take ng licensure exam for agriculturists. So what is Table of Specification? Yun yung isi-share ko sa inyo ngayon. But basically, Table of Specification will be the coverage of your exam. And I want to start off by focusing in this paragraph dito sa kanilang resolution kung saan sabi dito, here, Section 9 of the Republic Act number 8981, known as the PRC Modernization Act of 2000, empowers the professional regulatory boards. So may mga kanya-kanyang boards tayo, katulad sa agriculture, may kanya-kanya tayong boards dyan, to prepare, adapt, and issue the syllabi or table of specifications of the subjects for examinations in consultation with the academe. They should determine and prepare the questions for the exam takers, which shall be strictly within the scope of the syllabus or TOS of the subjects per examination. So according to this resolution, yung mga question daw na lalabas will be strictly within the scope of the TOS na ipepresent ko mamaya. Basically, ang goal ko lang sa video na ito is i-present sa inyo yung TOS, not everything about it, but ano yung mga ibig sabihin para alam natin kung paano basahin yung TOS na to, and paano natin siya gagamitin ngayon at malapit na yung exam. So, I would just want to highlight here, okay, that this TOS daw, according to this resolution, will be will be used strictly. So, yung mga questions will be strictly within the scope of the TOS. Now, kung itatanong niyo sa akin, katulad nung may nagtanong sa akin kahapon, kung totoo ba na ipa-follow yung TOS, well, I'm not sure, okay? This is the first time, I suppose, na naglabas sila ng TOS, like an enhanced TOS, basically. And nung panahon namin, hindi sila naglabas ng TOS, so I'm not sure kung ipa-follow nila to. But I hope so. I hope so, kasi nakalagay naman dito sa kanilang resolution. So ito ay na-publish noong October 29. October 29 lang. 2 days ago. 3 days ago. In anyways, ano ba yung mga makikita nyo dito sa table of specifications na to? Punta tayo dito sa aking subject na agricultural economics para mas ma-explain ko. Ano ba kasi ito? Pagkahaba-habang table, di ba? So, i-explain ko lang sa inyo kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng bawat column. And then, bibigyan ko kayo ng tips kung paano nyo magagamit itong table of specification as a guide sa inyong pagre-review, lalo na't malapit na yung exam. Okay? Now, I hope tapos na kayo sa inyong intensive review. So, kumbaga parang final review session na lang to or booster review. Okay? So, makikita nyo, bawat subject, actually, may mga kanya-kanyang table of specification yan. So, meron tayong 6 subjects, so may 6 tables kang makikita dyan. So, isasampulan ko lang itong subject na agricultural economics and marketing. Okay? Now, nandito yung pangalan ng subject, basically, and here we have the weight. So, yung weight pertains to ano yung proportion ng subject na to in relation to other subjects. So pare-parehas lang naman sila, 16.7%. Basically, that's just 100% and dinivide lang sa 6 na subject. And dito, makikita nyo yung mga different topics, right? Topics na magiging coverage ng ating exam. For example, sa subject daw na agricultural economics and marketing, merong introduction, right? Merong topic about microeconomics, right? And merong topic about macroeconomics. Makapansin natin. So yan yung mga major topics. But below your major topics, may mga subtopics ka actually makikita. Like for example, dito sa introduction, ito yung mga pag-uusapan. Definition, scope, nature, and foundation of economics. Pero below that as well, merong super specified topics pa kayong makikita, which is good. Okay? So at least dito makikita nyo makikita natin kung ano yung coverage ng exam in a broader scale, but makikita rin natin kung ano yung coverage ng exam in a more specific focused. Okay? So makikita talaga natin dyan. And here, we can see that there's a weight. Well, the weight is basically, I think, The weight pertains to gaano ba karami yung items na lalabas based on the specific topics. Pero this one is in terms of percentages. So kapag i-compute mo lahat ng mga weight dyan, it should be lalabas 16.7%. So titingnan natin sa dulo, that should be 16.7%. Yun yung weight ng subject natin sa kabuuan. O tama, okay? So 16.67%. But that's in percentages. Now, hindi yan masyadong mahalaga sa atin. Ang mahalaga ay yung susunod na column, and that would be the number of items. So ang kagandahan ng table of specification is that bawat topics dito sa left column natin, makikita nyo kung ilang items daw yung lalabas based on that specific topic. Okay? So for example, sa introduction to agricultural economics, I suppose, 5 items yung lalabas. And then, makikita nyo yung breakdown. Doon sa definition, scope, nature, and foundation of economics, that's 5 items there. Kung magiging more specific pa tayo, yung definition ng economics, 2 items daw yung lalabas dyan. Nature and scope, 1 item. O dito naman, sa micro, mapapansin natin, 30 items yung lalabas, kaya mas mabigat yung weight. Ano yung breakdown ng 30 items na yan? Well, meron kang 2 items on production and cost, 5 items on the cost of production, 5 items on demand, 5 items on supply, 6 items on elasticity, and so on and so forth. So you get my point. Makikita nyo, broadly, ilang items yung lalabas dun sa broader subject coverage. And then, per subtopic, and for the more specific topic, makikita nyo yung breakdown. So that's good, right? Kasi nakikita natin, ilan kaya yung mga lalabas na tanong based sa broader topic, based sa subtopic, and based sa specific topic. Okay? Now, dito, mapapansin nyo, meron ka sa taas nakalagay, Bloom's Taxonomy, tapos may mga different classification dyan. Remembering, understanding, yan, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. So, ano ibig sabihin yan? Well, Bloom's Taxonomy is basically parang, kumbaga ito isang hierarchy of cognitive processes. Now, nagsisimula daw ang cognition or ang thinking natin basically sa pagre-remember ng mga concept. So, ang Bloom's Taxonomy is a hierarchy wherein you can see yung mga level of cognitive processes from siguro quote-unquote sabihin natin sa mga mas madali na cognitive process up until doon sa mas mahirap na cognitive process. So, bawat items, if you can see, bawat topics, if you can see, nakalagay siya kung ano ba yung cognitive process na dapat nating ma-acquire when we are learning or reviewing that particular knowledge. So, for example, kapag sinabi nating remembering, yan po ay active recall lamang. Naalala mo lang kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng definition ng economics, for example. So, recalling lang. Kumbaga, memorization lang yan. Kapag sinabi mong understanding, dapat nagkaroon ka na ng understanding, naiintindihan mo na yung concept. Ibig sabihin, kapag tinanong ka, kung kaya mong i-explain, kayang-kaya na because you understand what the concept is all about. The third hierarchy in Bloom's Taxonomy would be applying. Now, ang applying is more on application na. So, may mga tanong that is related, may mga tanong kung saan the concept is applied to a particular situation and you need to answer that. Analyzing naman na, mas malalim pa yan sa application. Dito, kino-connect mo na yung mga concepts to different ideas. So, may mga tanong na it would really encourage you to analyze the connection between concepts. And then, if you go much more deeper, may evaluation questions wherein kakailanganin mong gamitin yung iyong critical thinking to judge yung mga tanong na ito. But still, yung mga tanong na ito, pasok doon sa concept. Yun nga lang, ang way of thinking mo na, ang cognitive process mo na, is judging or evaluating or being critical doon sa tinatanong. And the last one would be creating, which means basically you produce new knowledge out of it. But don't worry about creating kasi walang mga questions about creating kasi multiple choice questions naman tayo, hindi ka pagsusulatin ng essay, for example. In any ways, yan na ngayon yung magiging guide mo in relation to how you should think about or to how you should have reviewed yung mga specific topics na to. For example, kapag definition ng economics, ang sinasabi ng TOS natin, may dalawang question that would be on memorization lang or remembering lang or recall lang. Diba? So, dalawang question. So, memorization, mas madali. Kasi kung alam mo yung definition ng economics, masasagot mo agad yan. However, mapapansin natin, may mga, for example, may items kung saan kailangan mong i-describe yung nature, scope, and foundation of economics. One item yan. So, this time around, mas malalim na dapat yung pagkaintindi mo. Right? So, you should have understood. You can explain basically the concept if asked sa'yo in that multiple choice question. Meron din tayong items. For example, sa production and cost, may item tayo na for application. So siguro, this is a question on how. Yan, makikita no, how is the law of diminishing returns applied in agriculture? So dapat alam din natin yan. In terms of analyzing, which is mas malalim, meron tayong examining the various factors of production. Right? So dito, kinoconnect mo. Ano nga ba yung mga factors of production and how does this relate to cost? So you need to know that specific knowledge. And lastly, in terms sa evaluation, itong column na to, tingnan natin kung may evaluation tayo. Supposedly, meron. Yan, dito, sa agriculture and economic growth. O international economics, yan. O dapat, yan, dapat may you are critical or you know how to evaluate ano ba yung effect ng GATT, WTO sa economic growth or economic integration. So, di ba? Napakaganda nitong TOS na ito because hindi na lang sinasabi kung ano yung dapat mong aralin, sinasabi rin niya kung ano dapat yung way natin ng pag-aaral or thinking about this specific topics, subtopics, and specific topics na sa bawat subject. Okay? Now, right now, malapit na yung exam. Siyempre, ayaw ko naman na i-pressure kayo na balikan and tignan and reviewin ulit yung mga topics na to based dito sa ating Bloom's Taxonomy of Cognitive Processes. But you can actually use this TOS, number one, pwede mo siyang gamitin as a checklist to make sure na lahat ng mga ni-review nyo during the intensive review session, whether that be nag-review center ka or self-review ka lang, kung na-cover mo to. So kapag may mga topics na hindi ka na-cover, yun siguro yung pwede mong pag-aralan pa. So that's number one. Number two, pwede ka ring maging strategic or targeted sa iyong final review session. Kasi, mapapansin mo, meron kang number of items dito. So, pwede kang mag-focus, for example, sa mga items na malaki yung weight. For example, dito, microeconomics, 30 items. Diba? As compared sa introduction, 5 items lang. Now, I know every item is important. But if you want to be more strategic, more targeted, pwede mong balikan yung mga topics na mataas yung weight. And lastly, kung kaya mo pa or may time ka, pwede kang mag-aral ng mga questions but this time around, ibase mo na siya doon sa Bloom's taxonomy of cognitive processes. For example, you are looking at different questions. Pwede siguro kapag microeconomics, pwede siguro na mas maraming questions na more on application. Kasi dito, microeconomics, 13 questions yung more on application ang itatanong sa'yo. Tingnan natin sa iba. Sa macroeconomics, ganun din. Pinakamarami yung application. So you can see now na base sa mga different topics na to, pwede ka ring maging strategic sa kung ano yung style of reviewing mo. Mag-rote memorization ka lang ba? Iintindihin mo lang ba? Maghahanap ka ba ng mga real-life scenarios for application purposes, di ba? Etc. So, yun yung tulong ng table of specifications na ito. So, yun lang. Yun lang yung gusto kong sabihin sa video na ito. I hope may nakuha kayong tip. And this one is good, really. Hindi ko lang alam kung bakit late na nila naibigay, but it's okay. So long as nakapag-review ka, mostly naman ng mga fundamental topics nandito. I have checked each one and most ng mga naituro sa inyo sa review centers or yung mga nababasa yung mga textbooks, andito naman po. So yun lang, para lang matulungan kayo to guide and be more strategic sa inyong final stretch of review, you can use this table of specifications. Maraming salamat and God bless sa ating lahat. Thank you.